Welcome to day 98 of my spiritual journal with me, with your soul sister, Iona. So today is Financial Freedom Sunday, and I do not have my blue top on as it represents Sunday, financial freedom, as I talk about on the Soul Legacy TV, spiritual business success without being busy, being broke or experiencing burnout. And I talk about freedom. We journal every single day on freedom, and we use our spiritual journal for that. Today, I announced yesterday, I want to say that, hey, good morning, Robin. So we have Robin on with us. Good morning. Robin is the host of the Energy Healing TV podcast, and founder of the Energy Healing School. Oh, were you guys waiting for me? Good morning. I saw the 11:11 today. Good morning, Jennifer. How you doing? Good morning, beautiful. Don't have my blue top on today purely because I couldn't find it. And when my default is when I can't find my top, I'll wear pink because I like pink. Oh, you guys say good morning to each other. So today, for the spiritual journaling with me, I want to just have a conversation with you, as I've mentioned yesterday. Doing this spiritual journal in the way that I am, I've really loved it. I want to up level it. I'll probably come back and do it kind of just about the same. But I don't have a quote, don't have a card, haven't done any of that today. What I want to do with the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, I will actually do our rating today. We'll definitely do our rating. So drop your rating in your spiritual journal. Have a look at last week if you have that. And then have a look at this week as well. So obviously you guys know, I'm just talking to you, Robin, and you, Jennifer. If you're watching on the replay and you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back to on the Soul Legacy TV and look at a Financial Freedom Sunday and you'll kind of get it, or yesterday's video, or what have you, but you'll find it. So I want to just speak to you guys to say you've been journaling with me for a while. We're on this Bank 50K in 50 Days journal. How are you feeling? It's Financial Freedom Sunday. I haven't written anything in my journal, so I'm going to write Financial Freedom Sunday. And for Robin's, in Robin's world, it is, Robin, I'm not prepared. Hang on, Crown Chakra Energy Sundays. So we'll do both of our ratings, right? Drop your ratings. So for Crown Chakra, I would say 11. For my financial freedom, last week it was an 11. This week I would say I was going to drop it down to 9. I'm going to drop it down to 5. I'm going to drop it down to 5. And the reason why I'm going to drop it down to 5 is because what's coming up in my life right now and what happened over this last week is I didn't receive what I wanted to receive or what I thought I was going to receive. And so that's had a knock-on effect for me. And so it's going to be a 5. It could even be lower than that, to be fair. But it could be higher. And I'm going to put it in the middle because I want to note it. And that's the area that I want to work on over this next 2 weeks. So I'm going to drop it on purpose. But I don't feel in funk about it or anything like that. It's just me like, okay, you've focused on your health primarily, Iona. Here's time to focus on the finances. So that's where I'm at with it. Last week, I was at an 11. And when I added up all of my scores for the week, it was 77. And I haven't added up all my scores for this week. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to have a glance and see. Monday was 11. Health freedom was 9, 11, 11, 11 for relationship. So I got 1 down. I got 6 down. So 71. I'm not going to put it higher than 71. I mean, 71 is really good anyway. And for Robin's energy healing, I'm just going to say, I'm just looking at your scores as well. I think just on health, mine went down. So it is 76 altogether. So Robin says Financial Freedom Sunday, 10, love it. Crown Chakra Energy, 8, down from last week. Are they both down? Thank you for sharing that. Jennifer says feeling good. Hello, all wonky, late to work. Yes, saw fireworks last night. Did you? Totally worth it. 8 and 8. Today, it's still time to grow. Okay, cool. So based on Financial Freedom Sunday, and so what I want to just have a conversation with is we're doing the Bank 50k in 50 days challenge, right? Spending the vibrational money voucher. We know today is like spending spree. We've been tithing all week. We've been sending out the energy of money, and also on a Sunday, we want to have a look at our visible finances, and that's where mine has gone down. And so I went on my Bank 50k in 50 days challenge, and I've still got stuff to do. Obviously, I'm doing it, I'm teaching, I'm doing it, I'm teaching it. My point of focus is my enrollment spot. My point of focus over the next 50 days, I think my 50 days run out on next Monday, is to just earn, and enroll hard. The last time when I did my Bank 50k in 50 days, the first time last year, the idea was to enroll hard. And right now I'm not doing that because I had other stuff to do and videos to create and all the things. So that's where I'm focusing. So what I invite you to do while we do the Bank 50k in 50 days challenge, and while I'm off for the next 2 weeks of doing the daily journals, is see what your business. So I've got the 1-page business plan, right? In the masterclass homework in the Bank 50k in 50 days. I've sat in that space for a while now, building that out. And I'm at that point where my enrollment spot is the only spot that I really want to focus on. I've got a little bit to do on the back end, but going out there and getting featured, having the right people come into my world. I want to have students who are motivated, who are ready, who follow through. Yeah, you might have money blocks, but with the Millionaire Vision Board, I think that's the focus of being okay with having the money. I know as spiritual business owners, we're like, oh, I have the money and serving. And I think over the last few weeks, if you look at how have your finances come in, and have your finances come in the way that you want them to come in, through the avenues that you want them to come in. And if they haven't, why not? And what are you going to do about it? And so for me, it's like, okay, well, they haven't come in the way that I want them to come in. What am I going to do about it, basically? So the Bank 50k in 50 days challenge is vibrationally, but it's also financially, like in the visible world. And so we can't just go, oh, well, I'm feeling the feeling, but then not do anything about it. So for financial freedom, when we set the goal of banking 50k in 50 days, and some people believe it, some people are not, it's like, not really. The idea of playing the game is to receive that soul client income and be the version of you that would receive that income. And I really do mean bank 50k in 50 days. I really mean providing a service that's of value to receive that money, because playing the game, we're going to manifest the ways that it comes about, for our health and our relationships and all of the freedoms. But actually doing the vehicle of, okay, well, we're here to earn the money as spiritual business owners, setting up the spiritual business where we can receive the money. That's where I want to place that focus today. So Robin says for the week, freedom 75 and chakras 70. Awesome. That's high. That's really high. And I don't know if that's the same as last week. I think I got, well done, I got 77 and 77 last week. So mine are down. So what did you for the week? Yeah, brilliant. So then we can see and look back on where it is. So I didn't want to then, so if I did 11 today, I wouldn't then be focusing on my finances, and that's where I want to take it for the next masterclass, to have people register on the masterclass, because the masterclass is the first time I did it, which was amazing, for 5 months. And I had to re-record the 5-day challenge, and I'd only just done that like a few weeks ago, and that was like after months and months and months of just like, oh, I'm going to do it, but I had to do other things first. And so I've got a few other things to do, but the on that 1-page plan, I've done the enrollment spot now. I'm going to redo these 7-day follow-up, but I've done that now. I'm about to do my YouTube challenge, the vision board. I've done most of the back end. It's nearly set, but it's the front end now where I want to focus to bring people into that funnel. So have a look at the Bank 50k 50 days challenge, the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass, and see what you're doing and where your focus is, what your next step is over this next week and over this next couple of weeks, to really push yourself and really get out there. If you're in the Soul Legacy Academy, obviously there's teaching in there, actually being ready to receive that money. And I mean, really ready on a personal level, ready in clarity and contribution, ready in terms of your own health, ready in terms of your own emotions, ready in terms of your own environment, ready in terms of your own relationships with you and yourself, ready in terms of your spirituality, and ready in terms of your finances. And it's not that we're not going to be, excuse me, the version of ourselves banking 50k in 50 days without taking these steps now. We don't just all of a sudden land there. All of a sudden I'm in the banker version. All of a sudden it's the journey. And sometimes that journey feels scary. Sometimes that journey feels uncertain, but we're stepping into being that version of us. And then you look back and you go, oh wow, it's like learning to drive. Say, like when we first learned to drive, we have no clue, like the car feels alien and somebody's telling us what to do, and we don't know the pedals, we don't know the direction, don't know the streets, don't know the feel of it, don't know any of that. But we don't expect to have passed our test already, and we don't expect the driver to have said, the instructor to say, nah, you can't pass your test because you don't know anything about the car. You're learning. So we're learning about what to do to bank 50k in 50 days, to be that version of you, to go out and make an offer. I'm at the point now where I want to bring people in so I can make an offer. If you're not making an offer, if you're not actually saying, here's what I've got, enroll, or finding out what people are actually have as a problem. Obviously we talked, Jennifer and I talked with Cheryl as well on the free chapter VIP day of, okay, go out there and serve. So that's what we're going to do. Go out there, reach out and serve and bank 50k in 50 days that way. How does that feel for you guys? Does that sound like really weird? And does that sound like, okay, this is something that I'm ready to do, something that you're working on? Because we're here to make our difference in the world, and we cannot make our difference if we don't have the finances. So my daughter went off for the weekend. She's going for 2 nights now. She told me that when she was actually there. She's like, Mom, it's 2 nights. I'm like, really? Which is wonderful. Do you know what I mean? And I want to have the finances to be able to look after, well, my great niece and nephew, if that is going to happen. And obviously I've got a date. I want to have the finances to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and be able to serve in a way that I have that time freedom for them. This is like new for me, and stepping into that is what I'm going to be doing over the next week. Is like, what am I doing that's bringing the finances in? So people say income generating activities. Am I doing income generating activities? Excuse me. So Robin says it feels aligned. Good. So we do what we need to do. Have a look, write in your journal, where has the money come from so far this week, this month, this year? Where do you want it to come from, and what do you need to do in order for that to come in? And sometimes it's not doing the things that we want to do. Oh gosh, yesterday I was reaching out, and I've had like the weekend off, like fasting. I did go into the office for like 20 minutes because I was like, oh, reach out. I watched the Rich House Poor House, and it's a program. I don't know if you can get it in the States, but it's a program on it's online. And I was watching it yesterday, and then we're going to be watching the 5-day Money Blocks Current Challenge as well from you, Robin, your self-love journey to financial freedom. And we'll be watching that today. And so I watched the program Rich House Poor House, and I've talked about this, and I said I'd talk about it more. My stomach's really grumbling. I'm fasting. And I ate yesterday. I ate Weetabix because I'm on my cycle, and I was like, okay, let me just have a lower calorie day, then I'm back to fasting today. So I've tried to do 3 days on water, and it's hard. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna eat something. So my belly's rumbling. So anyway, so I watched this program. So I was laying in bed, just chilling out, watching this program, and basically 2 families swap homes. So they were only 20 miles apart, but the 20 miles apart was like worlds apart. And so they swap their jobs, they swap their lifestyle, they swap their chores, they swap their hobbies, they swap all of the things. And so the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, doing it in the visible and the vibrational world, is like that. It's like merging the version of you now with the version of you having that experience. Obviously, we can't go into somebody else's house and live their lifestyle, but it's like, what lifestyle, what food would you be eating? What would you be doing on a daily basis? I definitely would not be staying in all weekend. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what would you be doing? Where would you be if you had the bank, if you bank 50K in 50 days and you had all the money in your household right now coming in as a household income, you've moved from the bottom 10% to the top 10%, what would you be doing? Like, and it's feeling that version of you now. However, you also have to do what they were saying. It was that both of them were an artist, both of the husbands were artists, and that one artist had like done paintings for Robbie Williams and Sting, and this other tattoo artist was really, really talented, and for like 10 years he hadn't done anything about his dream because he wasn't confident. He'd not tried anything, he'd not gone out there, and his wife was like quite saddened by it. She's like, I really want to see that side of him. Anyway, he did. When he swapped, he pushed himself, and the other artist said, I'll be your mentor, I'll be by your side. Sometimes it is buddying up and having that mentor, I'm here by your side, but actually pushing yourself. You only you can do it. Other people cannot do it. Jennifer says, since I'm at scratch, it's very different starting. I did continue on my flyer or possible mini book pages. So the flyer and the pages and the, you know, for me, working on a spiritual business, your money's going to come through conversations, and your money is going to come through being in service. So it's time to actually, design the life that you really want to have. I'm designing the life that I really want to have, and going out there and actually living it. If you don't have that confidence, so I talk about having clarity, confidence, systems, and strategies. So decide, do the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge. You could do the homework and actually start to take those action steps. And this is not a distraction doing the spiritual journal. Wow. The spiritual journal with me, I'm going to be offline focusing on those income generating activities, meaning my masterclass, filling that masterclass, going out there and being known and getting featured and sharing my story, etc. Jennifer says, Robin says, we all start at the beginning. Jennifer, yay for starting. Yeah, yay for starting. But start with the end in mind. Start with the thing that you really want to do, and the universe will fill that through. And so start with building your YouTube channel, right? Start with that, because obviously if you're going to do a YouTube channel, it's work. And obviously as the spiritual business owner, it's seeing what people actually want and what the service that you can provide, and the way that you can provide it. And then we just get on with about the business of doing it. It's not an easy journey to create passive income. Obviously art is passive income. But I would invite you guys to do what has worked well for you, what has worked well before, and do more of that, and then explore and see what comes in. Use your daily journaling practice. Wow. Because I literally am going to be offline for 2 weeks, like completely offline. You will not see me. I won't be on your lives every day, Robin. I literally will be off. And I'll re-emerge when we do the Spiritual Vision Board Challenge, because I've got a lot of work to do. It's time for me. I've got to do it and go all in, then come back and teach it and tell you how it worked. Do you know what I mean? So I really want to give that my attention and my focus. But for me, it's bringing people in now that really want to go for it and actually do want to bank 50K in 50 days and actually do want to make a difference in the world and actually do want to build a YouTube channel, actually do want to go out there and write a book and do all the things. I need my tribe now to plug into this system. So that's where my focus is going to be on for the next, 2 weeks. Do you guys have any questions or insights or like or do you have any questions about going over the next 2 weeks, or like your journaling practice? Will you continue on your journaling practice while I'm away? Will you have your time? Will you plan out your weeks? What are your next steps to Bank 50K in 50 days? Doing it visibly and doing it vibrationally. We do it vibrationally while we're doing it in the physical world. And it's time to receive that money. It's time. Do you have a PayPal button? Do you have a Stripe button? Do you have something where people can say, yeah, I want to buy from you? Do you have that? And if you have that button, how many things or whatever it is that you need to sell? If you've sold something before, how can you sell more? Right? What have you sold before? How can you go and sell it again? Just really, really being in alignment with that financial freedom, and doing the things that are income generating first, and then doing all of the other things. All right, so I'm literally going to hop off because I want to watch Robin's 5-day challenge today, and I am going to be fasting. I'm probably going to go for a walk because it's beautiful here, and yeah, that's kind of it. Let me know. Robin says, I'll continue journaling out in the boot camp and reaching out more. Perfect. So when we do the brilliant, so what's the enrollment spot? That's what we want. We want on that 5-page plan, it's reach out, which you're doing. Brilliant. That's stage 1. And then outlining the boot camp, that's in the back end. So we want to connect that offer to convert. So we reach out, we've got the boot camp, where's the conversion spot in the middle? That's where we want to go. So that's where we want to, what will convert. Robin says, thank you, beautiful. We'll miss you on the live. Oh, I love you. Yeah, I will miss you on the live. It's time to kind of just, because I might have 2 4-year-old twins in the house. Like, and I don't know when. I don't know if Wednesday goes well, because I was like, oh, that's probably not going to happen. If Wednesday goes well, could be even the next day. Do you get what I mean? It could be the next week. I genuinely do not know. So therefore, all the things that I've got looming, that I've got to, the loops that I've got to tie up, it's like that's got to be done. The breakthrough call. Okay, cool. So yeah, cool. So that's that reaching out, the breakthrough call, the boot camp, the reaching out, and that's what it's there's the stages and the phases. And so for me, my enrollment spot can't be one-on-one anymore. I've got one-on-one calls with some co-authors to re-enroll and stuff. I've had one, so one person's going to come back in November because there's no rush for that part. But so I've got a couple of them, but my enrollment spot is the masterclass and the free chapter VIP day. So that's done now. I've done that. I did that last week or the week before, whenever it was. So I've done that now, and I've proven that now, and I'm excited about it now. So that's what I was working on, and I was working on the 5-day challenge, and I've got the boot camp to do, but it's outlined enough for it to be good to go. And the mastermind is outlined enough for it to be good to go. That won't start till September anyway. So my spot now is to go back up to, so in the 1-page plan for the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge, I'm going to still do the reaching out, but the next phase is going out there and getting featured. So that's where I'm at. I've done a little bit of the ads, and I'm doing the videos as well. So I'm really going to be focusing on the next stages, mostly the featuring out, the reaching out. Jennifer says, thank you. I'll continue journaling and reach out to some of my people you enjoy tomorrow and the next 2 weeks. Etsy was the only thing I had before. So did Etsy work for you, love? So if Etsy worked for you, do that. Anything that you did to get a client to sell something, do that, and make a plan to do that over, well, every day. Like, make a plan to do that so that you can have some income coming in while you're doing the other work. So those are the things that you want to do. This is great, but you want to do those things first. That enrollment spot. So I had to pause mine because I had I had to re-record everything, so I couldn't sell it. I couldn't sell my 5-day challenge because it wasn't done. And I wanted to launch the book first, and I got it to #1. So that was part of what do I need to do to get ready in order to sell this thing. And so I've done that now. I'm ready to sell this thing. And so and enroll. Then I had to do my enrollment spot, and I've done that now. So do you know what I mean? So it's like sometimes things look a little bit backwards, but whatever you feel called, it's just doing all of the things, like having that funnel, I call it high paying soul client funnel formula. If I spend all of the time on the back end or on this middle spot, because this is where this 7 days, and I'm not having the time to focus on the going out there and reaching out. And that's my priority, purely because I might have 4-year-olds in the house with me. So I will be back. I've done enough. I've done enough of the journaling, and it's a process. I want to revamp it, ready to actually build the real journal that's going to launch in October. So all of my steps are intentional. When I come back, it'll have more structure, and I will have a Fiverr guy or Fiverr girl do my journaling ready for October. So I've got deadlines for October for the summit as well. So and it's July. So I'm planning out for September and October now. I'm going to take this next 2 weeks to bump up my activities to make sure that goes smoothly, not waiting till the last minute. So by the end of July, those things will more be done. I did them over this last couple of weeks, but it's been, you guys know that there's been calls, there's been different things. So I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do, but that's, I'm good with it. But yeah, it's interesting to see, okay, well, that's when we do something and we reflect, it's like, okay, what do I need to do more of? What went well? What worked? I've been reaching out. People have been getting back to me as I'm clearing out my Facebook and stuff. I've always generated business on Facebook really, really easy. And I came off the platform. So obviously that impacted my reaching out. It's impacted everything. So it's like, okay, go back into what worked, bring people out, bring the people out that are on there that want to come out, as Robin and I were talking about, actually bringing our tribe with us, because they're the people that we know. And that's the easiest form of reaching out and building your business. So I will be doing that alongside setting up interviews and different things and getting featured. And I'm really excited about getting featured. I have to do my interview topics, my portfolio. I've done my 1-pager already. So I have Jennifer, you might not know, but I have the movement marketing media kit challenge. It's a 7-day challenge to start a movement with your message. I've done it already and everybody loved it when I did it. So this 2 weeks is me doing that, and that happens on the 3rd week in September. So in order for me to be able to fulfill that commitment, that challenge, and do it again, I taught it already, so I don't have to do anything different, but I want to showcase more of what I'm doing, more places to go get featured, for you guys to get featured, like Robin did with Casey. It's that, doing more of that, going out there, getting known in front of other people's audiences, get my movement out there and do my media tour. So I've committed to do it from scratch, go out there, take the steps, and then come back and teach it. So hopefully that makes sense. So definitely do what was working to bank your 50k in 50 days challenge. Definitely do the vibration of it, feel into it, and yeah, I will be back. I'm gonna share this out, even that with the sharing it out in the Telegram. Body up with a soul accountability buddy. I know that some of the students were saying, yeah, I'm going to do the 5-day challenge. Obviously it was the holidays, but definitely do that. I've reached out to everyone in the community, and some people will start, some people just won't do it. Some people will say they'll do it and they just won't do it. I know that Cheryl started because she asked for the day 1 Google Doc. So I can see on the back end who does what, and who's logged in and stuff. YouTube is an unknown space. Etsy stopped when I got a job. Yeah, I'm aware of my energy was placed watering my plants. Okay. Okay. So, okay, YouTube's unknown and Etsy stopped. So are you planning on doing Etsy alongside or not? Or so yeah, decide on what your next move is. Robin, I'll need your loving nudge. Okay, I'll leave your loving nudge. So that's it. It's that, decide on what you want to do. I give you full steps in the 5-day challenge. And I literally do start you from scratch. It's going to take a good few hours to go through it. I suggest putting me on higher speed, like not normal speed, 1.5 or whatever. I listen to myself on twice speed. But yeah, it's all in there. Obviously, Robin will be doing her challenge and things, but yeah, obviously you just do what you've got to do, and come to the calls. I've got live rounds and stuff. That's why I do self-study, so that you guys can go in and do your videos once you've finished and do your homework. And so that's a commitment to you, that you're going to do it, you're going to go through it. And that's where I'm going with it. I'm going to go hard in bringing in people that actually really are ready to make their difference and implement what I'm teaching. LOL, okay. Yeah, so this next 2 weeks for me, I'm going all in. It might look like I'm taking time off, but I'm not. I'm going all in. Not Monday, not tomorrow. I'm having a date. And then Wednesday, I will do some. Obviously, I've got a long meeting. But that's why I've taken that time as well. So yeah, I'm going all in. I'll come back out on the other side and let you guys know how it's all going. That's my commitment to me. It's my commitment to you, and it's a commitment to me launching, leading, and leaving my soul legacy and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. Monday is a good time to start, Jennifer. Yeah, a Monday is a good time to start. Just set and just go for it. I know Robin's been through my challenge twice, at least twice, probably even 3 times. Is like, click day 1 and I literally just listen and see if what is there, and take action. I'm a big action taker, and I wouldn't have been able to build a business model where I'd even dream of banking 50k in 50 days if I didn't actually take some action. So that is what I'm going to leave you guys to do, to literally implement, go and listen, because these lives are great, but they're not income generating activities. They're that ritual and that routine to maintain your vibration, but we want to do those things alongside it. We don't want to do those things one or the other. We want to do both. Robin says, have the bonuses from the masterclass ready too. Yeah, have you got them? Yeah. And there's a lot there, right? There's a lot there from the Bank 50k in 50 days challenge, excuse me, and that's what I'm going to stress as well, more so. And I'm gonna do my next, I'm gonna go upstairs and schedule out my VIP day further out, so that we have the time to go through the masterclass bonuses before we get on the VIP day, so we have less work to do on the VIP day and a little bit more action in between. So that's a really good idea, actually. I'd scheduled it out already, but I'm going to push it back, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. I probably will. Thank you. The family thing threw me off my feet a bit last week. Yeah, mine has, Jennifer. Yeah, mine has. And I know that that's coming up this next week. So I'm like, okay, like let me do what we need to do. Let us do what we need to do to get what we need done in real time, and really make our difference in the world. That's where I'm going with it. Launching, leading, and leaving our soul legacy, and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Thank you for being here. Go through the masterclass, go through the bonuses, take notes. Really, I know that you'll hear something different every single time, but dream big. Dream big. Begin with the end in mind. Like I said, with the Rich House, Poor House, the guy just he wasn't confident. And the guy that had done so well, who'd commissioned 20,000 for a painting, actually went for it. He said he just went for it. And his wife was a hairdresser. Then she had fashion shops, and then I can't remember what else she did. And she said, as long as I've got a pair of scissors and my hands, I will never be broke. because she was skilled as a hairdresser. And in that challenge, she didn't have the money. She actually paid, they have a disposable income. Their rich house has a disposable income of 1,300 each week, like spare, to do what they want to do. And then the poorer house had 180, I think, something like that. Some of them have less a week. And she spent £20 on it doing her feet, doing her toenails, getting her toenails painted. And it's like, wow, to that budget. But she was used to it. So what she did was go and cut the neighbour's hair, and she was resourceful, and it just inspired me, like, do what you've got to do to receive that money, to be in alignment. So I love you. Thank you, Robin. And thank you, Jennifer. Enjoy your day, and I shall see you in a couple of weeks. I wish you every luck with everything. I am kind of there, but I am just going to take that time and really just go for it. So I love you, Robin. I know that you'll have an amazing time on your lives as well. And yeah, I can't even say I won't pop in because I will miss them. I know I will. But yeah, I'm in the teacher mode, right? So that's me stepping into that teacher mode. I love you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Toya, if you watch this, thank you for your love and your support. Definitely register for the masterclass. Definitely do the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. Again, you can do that again and again. Do it whenever you like. And I shall speak to you soon. Big love. Take care.